My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com.
TPA 123 FB 505. That's a handicap, and it is currently, by the way, it's 8:39 a.m. 7Z NN 541 ECRZ. That's all that's on that license plate. 5ZMP 742. Currently on what is the Omnitrans Route 61 that is driving westbound on Hope Boulevard, advancing beyond what is the B&G Plaza as I get on the bus at around 8:30 a.m. Passing over what is a third-party facilitating venue, the Ontario Village Shopping Center, where the state is keeping its fake sun over that parking lot. License 8TZE477. While I am at that venue, you see in my documentation as the state keeps the fake sun in the window, as both arriving at that venue and leaving from that venue, going in whatever direction that we are, including after 1 p.m. in the afternoon, as I documented on Sunday. And you have what is advancing beyond that, and again, going westbound, currently at what is Central Avenue and Hope Boulevard, and the state is keeping its fake sun far from any route that is what would be going toward B&G Plaza, remaining stationary over the B&G Plaza, going westbound, continuing to Pomona. And the state is keeping a fake sun specifically in the window of the bus. 11757S2, 777745, 77745K2, excuse me. Not that that is ever the sun that's remaining specifically in the window of a vehicle hovering over and you're seeing directed light. Again, that's not sunlight, that's on a roof of a vehicle creating shadows as I move my hand in that light, showing you what is demonic, all right? What is called stalking with engineered light. This is directed light. This is demonic light. This is light that has, this is essentially life that is living and breathing, all right? This is for purposes of massive surveillance with communication devices by the demon-possessed psychopaths. All right, and you saw those psychopaths in American Medical Response vehicles this morning crossing path under the fake sun at 8:28 in the morning, stalking in the path using a medical emergency vehicle to do so, to engage in the elements of monitoring, to engage in demonic activity. 7LKD069. I can't really see the rest of that license plate. And so the pattern of conduct is, while the state is keeping this fake sun in the window of the bus driving now westbound on Hope Boulevard, entering into the city of Pomona, you have what is, entering into the city of Montclair, ultimately to Pomona. You have what are the demons that are the people of the state just patrolling by, meaning driving by, walking by, sitting on the bus itself, getting on and off the bus. These are all demons alike, patrolling all around, maintaining the elements, directed light on the bus, as I've already documented. The fake sun remaining in the window of the bus, as I've already documented. Now I'm going toward what is westward on Hope Boulevard, and you're seeing that same exact pattern of conduct, and this is that which is impossible to be the sun. The ongoing cumulative documentation demonstrating that. License 7LKU069. All right, this is a demon that is crossing path while the state is flashing directed light onto the inside of the bus, while they are on the outside of the bus, on the street, on the driver's side, crossing path, which will never create any sort of light activity that is on a bus. 7TEL468. Excuse me, 7EEL468. And this is at Monte Vista Avenue and Holt Boulevard. 8NEJ046. Same demonic activity. 7SVH. Oh, I can't really see that one. You can scratch that one. 8VDH 387. 7VPR 115. It's currently 8:43 a.m. Ramona Avenue, 8SG I can't see the rest of them. This is Ramona Avenue and Hope Boulevard, where I documented getting off of the Omnitrans in the evening. And you have what is the multiple shadows that I documented, the directed light on the 7-Eleven at this corner. This is P.O.C. The fake sun is over during the day at the intersection of Ramona Avenue and Hope Boulevard right now. It's at 8:45 a.m. I'm just referencing what is a particular area right here where I've already documented. And as I spoke on that evening, I've already documented this area prior to that day as well. And these are just demons that are getting on the bus, crossing path in directed light, creating audible activity, while the state is also creating activity aiming directed light on the bus. 8GQV 876. 7NQ, I can't really see the rest of them, you can scratch that one. But this demon, whose license plate I just read, crossing path at Ramona and Hope Boulevard. All right, and this is the 7-Eleven that's located at 4500 Hope Boulevard and at the intersection of Ramona. Directed light on the bus while this demon with license plate. Let's see. C8YPP 435 7NOZ 274 79 R14, which is a Nevada plate. Oh, whoa. Sorry. Let's talk about my bag falling on a third party. Anyway, it's currently 8:46 a.m.
If possible, please use rear doors. U.S. Avenue.
7U20458, 7HRL 714. BU60R33, that's a paper plate. We are in the city of Montclair on Hope Boulevard and Mills Avenue. It's 8:47 a.m. JYR 181 4EBV 860 DTMN Z4A, I believe.
Stop requested. If possible.
It's 8:48 a.m.
Si posible. Vamos a usar la puerta trasera.
DIMN Z4D. is 6TAH874, I believe, substantially similar. Athens services using light activity in front of the bus, which would also be on the surveillance cameras of that bus. While it's continuing, we're pressing Clark right now. License 8XJR342. Capturing video at 8:49 a.m. And if you recall, the state's keeping a fake sun over me at the Ontario Village Shopping Center at this time, 8:49, 8:52 a.m. Keeping it stationary over me while you are looking at what is this white-faced demon that is engaging in terrorizing with directed light while his truck drives off after he's engaged in documented harassment by an entity, a demon-possessed psychopath who is engaged in surveillance under the fake sun that remains stationary over me, over my head, at the Stater Brothers that you saw that fake sun pass over this morning as I remain on the bus today, heading west into the city of Montclair. This is also at the same time the state's fake sun over the Motel 6 on 4th Street. At this time where I showed you, as I remain at that third-party facilitating venue in the state's fake sun at 8:49, between 8:52 a.m. And I'm showing you what is the state's fake sun. This is in the city of Montclair, entering into the city of Pomona, maintaining perfect alignment with me through a window on a bus, while also directed light is not only seen on the bus, it's on the vehicles as they are crossing path. This is the ongoing demonic formula of light and crossing path. These are demons. This is literally Satan that's hovering in a light source. This is not the actual sun. And you are witnessing what are the demon possessed while they are engaged in that same stalking with light, as directed light is on the vehicle that I'm on, as directed light is on the vehicles that are crossing path, all right, as the grounds are covered with engineered light. This is revealing what is demonic activity. And this demonic activity is accomplishing a criminal purpose, which is surveillance by a government in concert with the people of the state. Alrighty, and that's why you have this light source that is not the sun in alignment with me where I'm sitting on the bus. 8GKE662. We are currently at San Antonio Avenue and Holt Boulevard, which is now called Holt Avenue out here in Pomona. All right, it is 8:51 a.m. VUA 443. 01538S2 7MAV550 8EVH 641 8EAD 721 7YHN 058 6W45520 8D2W 965 8SCM 352 4AYU 587 7KEV. I can't see the rest of that one. 6BO 5768, I believe. License plate 7ZOL 219. It is currently 8:53 a.m. And aside from remembering what is the state, the Ontario Village Shopping Center is just one example where the state is keeping its fix. And just like I documented yesterday, where you hear Brian, a demon. This is a demon-possessed psychopath. This is a white man who was demon-possessed. The fake sun is over the venue. Directed light fills the venue. He's a sex offender monitoring and then engaging in referencing rules inside of his venue that are irrelevant while criminal conduct on behalf of a government is underway, which is documentation of harassment and obstruction of justice. 8EOM 190, crossing path. This is the demon. Directed light not only touching over that car, but also on the bus. And the fake sun is remaining in alignment with me on the bus. 8TTX 0. I can't really see that one. You can scratch that one. At Palomares Street, PALOMARES Street, and Holt Avenue. I think I already read 7THL363 in case I didn't. ANZU84.
Gary Avenue. Stop requested. If possible,
Foothill Transit,
please use rear doors.
crossing path. 8MZZ583. That is Gary Avenue and Holt Avenue. You have demons of the Los Angeles County Fire Department. It says paramedic on it, and a white and blue paramedic vehicle. They're already at the intersection. They wait to sound sirens as the bus stops at the intersection. All right, this is not an emergency. This is stalking in the path with what is sirens and lights, and the fake sun is directly over me. And I'll take a picture of that right now. Alrighty, this is the identical behavioral pattern. Demons that are in whatever position that they are, but as I'm documenting and prosecuting a government, you're understanding the demons that are dangerous psychopaths in positions of being a part of the fire department while you're engaging in surveillance and stalking and engaging in what is federal stalking. And that is why the Los Angeles County Fire Department is stalking in relevant position at the intersection of Gary and Holt Avenue. At 8:54 a.m. you are hearing sirens, and I just captured an image so you can see what is the pattern of conduct. They are doing so, engaging in the criminal elements monitoring. This is demonic activity, and surveillance is underway, and it is criminal facilitation. 5 SSU 112 72877B2 and understand 8 CWL 117. The placement, the ability to capture that which is not the sun over me, 1399980, that's omnitrans, is speaking to what is the direct evidence. Remember, on the 22nd, I remain at the Starbucks at 111 North Vineyard Avenue. I captured this at 7:35 in the morning. The state's fake sun is over me, aiming directed light, demons patrolling around, directed light all in the parking lot in the shade while they're driving around. This is crossing path, this is demons. All right, this is criminal conduct, this is the P.O.C. at, again, after 8:56 in the morning, and I'm showing you what is the state's fake sun right here while I'm at the intersection of Gary Avenue and Holt Avenue. This isn't P.O.C. what you just heard, the Los Angeles County Fire Department and the emergency ambulance, which is the ambulance said CARE. It was a white with sky blue writings on it, sky blue. It was white and blue with the word care on it. All right, they're engaging in the P.O.C. It's currently 8:56 a.m. right now. All right, I do want to document what are the vehicles of law enforcement that you see in video. You see the light source that is directly over my head in directed light, all manner of the hallmarks and the pattern of conduct, and it has already been established what is the P.O.C. I'm going to document these vehicles of law enforcement. This is the Pomona Police Department. Also, let me be clear, the Pomona Police Department engaged in P.O.C., and I've already documented them as I would remain in the city of Pomona, parked on Valley Boulevard, where I documented what is, again, pay attention to 2018, the latter part of 2018, where I was living in my vehicle in Pomona on Valley, and the state's fake sun is over me. This is a matter of video documentation. And so, like I stated, you do not have the ubiquitous presence of some maintenance of that which is supposed to be the sun remaining over me in Pomona, like the state, like the entity. Well, this is literally Satan, okay? I'm prosecuting a government that's engaging in surveillance in what is engineered light. This is Satan operating over a government, operating over a people, and it is a satanic targeting system. All right, it's entirely demented. So I want to be clear, this documentation of what is that which is not the sun originates all the way back to 2018, even before living in my vehicle on Valley Boulevard in Pomona. The state's fake sun is a matter of documentation, as I am showing what are the demons of the Upland Police Department on May 23rd, 2018 at my apartment, which was none other than a third-party facilitating venue. Unbeknownst to me, I am subject to surveillance. That's why Satan is over my head and what is a light source and not the sun, while the Upland Police are in relevant position, monitoring me, surveilling me, engaging in the P.O.C. with Tracy Banks. All right, that's at Reading Way in the city of Upland. So like I said, even in Pomona, when I'm living in my vehicle, I have moved out of my apartment. I have become aware of what are stalking conduct by demon-possessed strangers, okay? And I do begin documenting it, and I also begin documenting law enforcement. The Pomona Police Department, as a matter of documentation, engaged in P.O.C. then, and this is what it was the exact same pattern of conduct as the state was keeping a fake sun over my head in the city of Pomona, which is a matter of video documentation that you can witness with your own eyes. Okay, so I just want to spell that out. Anyway, I'm gonna document Pomona PD, license 3003060, license 3011625, license 3011624, license 1514167, and this is Pomona Police Traffic Services. They are a branch of law enforcement, and this is speaking to what is relevant positioning. Foothill Transit 1613521, directed light on the side of the bus, while those same demons, just in a different vehicle, different logo, are crossing paths. That is bus number 2759. United States Postal Service across the street, while directed light is in the shade, while Foothill Transit, who I also documented on December 24th, 2021, pay attention when I'm in Glendora. Foothill Transit is a method of a demon's presence in relevant position under what is the fake sun while I'm inside of the coffee bean. And Foothill Transit is using directed light. Directed light is aimed inside of the coffee bean, and Foothill Transit is using their hazards, okay, in relevant position, which is the demonic behavioral pattern. It is currently 9:03 a.m. And so this is Los Angeles County, by the way. Just want to be clear, there is no county limits or age limits or racial difference with regard to what is demonic activity. License plate 8R58953, monitoring with the United States Postal Service a demon that is crossing path in the parking lot where I stand, documenting the minions that are affiliated with the Pomona Police Department while directed light occurs while they park. All right, so let me show you that. Alrighty, capturing video, witnessing what is demonic activity, and you're understanding how that demonic activity is that criminal system in operation, while monitoring the concentration of the use of communication devices is key to what is this demonic system, surrounding with light, surrounding with that which is not the sun, which I've shown. And so you're understanding now, first of all, what is key. All of these demons in this video that I'm capturing, this demon, the one that drove the bus with license 1399984, touching bus number 1270, loitering in relevant position the whole time that I'm capturing this video, and capturing the Pomona Police Department and the United States Postal Service. I want to be clear. So they are crossing path now, and what happens when they cross path? Engineered light, molestation, okay? And that which is the fake sun is not in the window of those vehicles. It remains over me. They are moving the buses as a means of activity creation. These are demons. All right, and so I want to document this license plate again, 1399980, bus number 1266. Alrighty, and Foothill Transit, that is route number 291, and that one is in relevant position as well. And so anyway, like I said, at the Pomona Regional Transit Center, this is where I'm showing you what is loitering in relevant position at the bus station. This is where I'm at. This is the bus/transit. This is the bus/train station. It's a transit center, and it is on the intersection of Main and Connecticut, Main and Monterey, as I showed on video, approaching this venue. And you see the fake sun, street for street, turn for turn, off of Hope Boulevard. All right, and like I said, as I remain at the B&G Plaza, you don't ever see me. How many times have I made that point to you? When we are at the B&G, it is we in the sense, because I'm showing you what it is that Satan is doing, and what the people of the state, on behalf of the government, is doing, what a government is doing, which is monitoring. And so in that regard, it is we, as you are looking at what it is that I'm publishing for you to witness, and it's also serving prosecutorial purposes. But anyway, you have what is the state's fake sun as it remains over me. For example, let's say, hey, B&G Plaza, all right? Where I showed you this morning at 8:28 a.m., the state's fake sun is not over the B&G Plaza, because I'm not sitting at that bus bench. I'm not standing at Shiro's Liquor. It is advanced, and you see it over nearest what is Hope Boulevard and Plum, remaining over me, while the demons of American Medical Response are using a vehicle, an emergency medical vehicle, to engage in what is demonic activity, i.e. terrorism. All right, this is a demon that is stalking with light, using a vehicle that is supposed to be used for the administration of medical services, emergency services for citizens. All right, you have what is monitoring with the people of the state, so you can engage in any sort of, while these psychopaths are monitoring documentation, you can artificially engineer any sort of scenario you want. Or they were actually going to some third party's venue in order to aid medical services. But let me also be clear, it does not matter. There is no form. The fake sun is over those demons of American Medical Response at 8:28 a.m., which is also not only is it not over the B&G Plaza, all right, you're talking about what is maintaining central presence relative to me. This is where Satan is focused. You're witnessing Satan, all right? That's what you are witnessing. That's what you are looking at as that which is not the sun. It's not the actual sun. It's a fake sun, because the fake sun is Satan itself. Understand that. Satan that is hovering in the sky space. And Satan is exercising control. These are the demon possessed that are in relevant position as I am identifying that ongoing demonic system. And it's criminal. The demon possessed, the government itself, and the third parties acting directly via, for example, AMR, the Los Angeles County Police Department, the Pomona Police Department, it's sitting around stalking in the Amtrak train station, all right, and doing so in relevant position while a fake sun is over my head in the city of Pomona, never to be ever seen, not possible. While it is, first of all, don't forget the documentation. Not only does it remain in the window of the bus, street for street, turn for turn, but you are present at the Pomona Transit Center, when it is remaining over still at this time while I am at the Best Western. This is where I'm documenting Michael, a demon who is engaging in harassment while he is stalking behind me as I'm showing my on camera the fake sun that's hovering over me in that parking lot of Best Western after having remained over me at the Starbucks. And Best Western was just, it's adjacent to what is the the Starbucks. All right. And that is documentation that is speaking to what is not the sun that remains over 630 North Fern, which I show after 10 o'clock in the morning on January 1st, 2022. I'm showing until after 4 p.m., 4:27 p.m., I believe, 4:17 p.m. 1389273, that's Foothill Transit, a demon driving nothing but a vehicle to engage in that ongoing pattern of conduct, okay? This is speaking to what is demon possession. And like I said, the government is not in jets above me shooting lights out of light laser guns. This is demonic. It is the supernatural. That's how you have that conduct. It is engineered light. This is demonic, all right? It is not normal light because this is not normal conduct. This is demonic conduct, all right? This demon, license, Foothill Transit, license 1403576. And that is bus number F2120. Route 480, and this is arriving at the Foothill Transit Center at the Pomona Transit Center at 9:12 a.m. and doing so under that which is the fake sun. Using the train, it's just like I've documented with Metrolink. It's just like I've documented with Union Pacific. Using this train as a means of audible activity, light activity, and you have what is Union Pacific that's not even a passenger train. The entity just literally using it to engage in the maintenance of audible activity, and doing so also, which is impossible audible activity because you're never going to hear some train at the for example, the entrance of the Ovid Family Community Library, or at 630 North Fern, okay? Or inside of the apartment of Woodside Senior Apartments. You're not gonna hear the Metrolink train inside of the Upland Public Library. You're not gonna hear it while you're standing outside of the Upland Public Library, all right? This is the entity engaging in what is entirely demonic, all right? And that demonic conduct is illustrated through the audible activity. It's illustrated through the light activity. It's illustrated through what is not the sun remaining over my head. 1389273. And this is this is Metrolink. That is positioned to go what is westbound at this train station right here. Understand, this is P.O.C. Metrolink is engaged in the P.O.C. All right, I am capturing images so that you can see what is audible activity. The minions that sit at the Pomona Transit Center are on communication devices monitoring. The demons of Foothill Transit are stalking and molesting with directed light as they patrol in and out of the transit center. 1384544. You have what is law enforcement stalking in the path monitoring, and the fake sun that is over my head. This is all manner of P.O.C. All right, license, that is the Foothill Transit, and this is both Foothill Transit and Omnitrans, by the way. Okay, that bell is a method of directed light and audible activity in directed light under the fake sun. Foothill Transit and Omnitrans directed light while they cross path. 1403576. Directed light on the curb. Directed light toward me as they drive by in the shade, and they're doing so under what is not the sun. All manner of direct evidence of speaking to what is, again, the prosecution for terrorism, understanding what that is. While Satan is engaging in targeting American citizens, this is terrorism. While it is also the proof of what is demon possession, you're going to be prosecuted as a terrorist. It is objective evidence of it as you are looking at what is impossible light activity, as you are looking at what is not possibly the sun, and that is a matter of scientific fact, as you are witnessing what is impossible audible activity. This is going to be the prosecution for those who are terrorists, and that's what the people of the state are. They're demon possessed. And this is what the government is doing. Demons flying around in helicopters. Demons wearing law enforcement uniforms. All right, so let me get these demons that are stalking across the street using a large commercial truck. They're just maintaining hazard lights in relevant position while Metrolink is going on, while Pomona PD are in the path, while Foothill Transit and Omnitrans are patrolling. This is license plate 9G10572. Foothill Transit license 1396238. And this truck, license 9G10572, directly across the street from the transit center. This is JDS Trucking Incorporated, California 22813, US dot 222407. Loitering the entire time since I got off the bus. Okay, well, since I arrived on the bus actually, but I just want to be clear. And the back license plate on this truck is Indiana P514836. Engaging in surveillance, monitoring with the United States Postal Service, monitoring with the Pomona Police Department, monitoring with Metrolink, monitoring with Foothill Transit, monitoring with Omnitrans, monitoring with demons with license plates such as 7EGB817. It is currently 9:16 a.m. And so, like I was stating, you have what is all manner of that impossible presence, those impossible occurrences. That impossible is synonymous with what is demonic. That's why it's ongoing, because it is demonic, and you are witnessing the supernatural, and there is no time ever where you are going to be able, where I would be able to capture what is supposedly the sun, not only present over the Pomona Transit Center at this time, where I am documented remaining present in the city of Ontario, where, by the way, by virtue of presence of the state's fixed sun, do you understand what I just documented with regard to capturing the demons of the police department? The state's fixed sun, as a matter of documentation, on January 23rd, 2022, the state's fixed sun is setting east of this location. The state's fixed sun never advances westward to this location, ever. All right? 1396238. And why is that? Because I don't go this far. The state's fixed sun on the 23rd, between the 22nd and the 23rd, the 22nd at 7:35 in the morning at Starbucks, the 23rd at 4:17, 4:19 as I leave the Ovid Family Community Library, setting, and I put that in air quotes, like the sun at 1403771. That's Foothill Transit, I believe, or Omnitrans. Which one is that one? That's Omnitrans. No, I'm sorry, that's Foothill Transit. License 1421620, Foothill Transit. So there is, like I said, the state's fixed sun is at 9 in the morning as I arrive here. The state's fixed sun is westward beyond what was supposedly the sun setting, in alignment with me at the B&G Plaza, where I showed you at 8:28 in the morning, the state's fixed sun in the same location. What's the difference between January 23rd, 2022 after 4 p.m. and this morning at 8:28 a.m. while you're seeing the demon of American medical response? What's the difference? All the state did is change the color to what is supposedly dark orange, like it's the sun setting, and it is over that same location where you are looking at the same pattern. What do you see? American medical response, sirens and lights, fake sun, and the stalking pattern via aircraft. It is not different as the state changes the color of this fake sun such that it's supposed to look as though the sun is then setting. That is not persuasive when you are in the same location with that light source that you are in the morning. Second of all, you have what is the state's fake sun is not in a different location than what I showed you this morning at 8:28 a.m. while you see the demons of American medical response crossing paths with lights and sirens, because the state's fake sun is captured as I am standing at the bus stop that is to head what is westward on Hope Boulevard. All right, so I'm across the street from, and I am west of what is the B&G Plaza, where I typically sit at the bus benches. And you see the fake sun not over that B&G Plaza parking lot proper. You see it more so over what is the edge of the Enrique's income tax area, which is the street where Plum and Hope Boulevard is. Let me be clear. On January 23rd, 2022, after 4 p.m., I'm showing you, first of all, the state is aiming its fake sun through the window of Shiro's Liquor of the B&G Plaza. First of all, remember this video that I captured at 8:28 in the morning. The state's fake sun is not different in that position than what I'm showing you aiming inside of the Shiro's Liquor after 4 p.m. Second of all, the state's fake sun is engaging and placing it in what is alignment to my position at the B&G Plaza after 4 p.m. By keeping it in alignment with license 1602517 Foothill Transit, and these are sex offenders. That's what Foothill Transit, all they're doing is patrolling in and out and repeatedly touching, especially as Satan is listening to me document. So I want to be clear, the state's fake sun, as I documented, Brian's Automotive. It's adjacent to Brian's Automotive as I am walking toward what is B&G Plaza after coming from the Ovid Family Community Library. And this is, again, I'm referencing January 23rd, 2022, where the state kept a fake sun east of this location. How was the actual sun, if that was the sun, which it is not, but I'm being consistent with the analysis because I'm prosecuting Satan and I'm prosecuting a government and the people of the state, psychopaths and sex offenders. That's exactly how it's going to be prosecuted, because that's what it is. A stalker that is touching, obsessed with touching while stalking and monitoring, and all manner of invasion of privacy altogether as an entity, as a government. The government is an entity itself. The entity is acting in concert with the entity, the vicarious aspect, the people of the state. Demons who surround, knowing what you're doing on the opposite side of a wall, all right, knowing what you're doing on the opposite side of a door, and then coming in and crouching in private spaces, sitting around in whatever location that you're at. It's focused on you. That's why they're stalking with noise. That's why they're stalking in the path while they are walking all around. They're demons that are pacing and engineered light. They are absolute psychopaths, That's all that they are doing. That's all that Satan is doing. Understand? That's all that Satan is doing. And I've shown what is that maintenance of that environment conducive for such demons to engage in that systematic monitoring. And this is what is an ongoing documentation of what is molestation while Satan touches with all of this engineered light everywhere that you're going. It's going to be prosecuted as what is a stalker perpetually touching. While Satan is engaging in molesting under what is that which is not the sun, is going to be prosecuted as what is a public entity that is engaging in surveillance via this engineered light, an ongoing perpetual touching, a molestation by an entity that wants to engage in monitoring with communication devices in concert with the people of the state. While these demons are engaging in patrolling all around and directed light is repeatedly touching, it's going to be prosecuted as I can't say that last point. It's going to be prosecuted as what is an ongoing perpetual touching by demons who are engaging in surveillance, showing what is their condition, which is demon possession. Literally, that directed light is showing what is demon possession. You are looking at Satan that's hovering in a light source that is not the sun. That's what Foothill Transit is demonstrating. This demon driving Route 197, license plate 1388392, directed light shooting like a laser onto the sign of the Pomona Regional Transit Center, directed light swiping across the grass, on the shade, onto the sidewalk, touching license 1388392, and it's 9:22 a.m. You have what is Foothill Transit remaining behind me as well, and the demons are just patrolling onto the bus. All right, showing the images of what is that sex offender of Foothill Transit. This is an Asian male loitering in relevant position while Foothill Transit is engaged in an ongoing molestation, repeatedly patrolling in and out. All right, and it is not different than the demons of Omnitrans arriving at whatever time, using whatever signage on their bus. This is stalking conduct. This is criminal activity. This is license plate, by the way, 1602517 of Foothill Transit, who is engaging in what is sexual violence, molesting as they enter the Pomona Transit Center with directed light, just like I'm documenting the rest of this license plate. And then this demon in particular, I capture his image while he is maintaining relevant positioning as I'm subject to this repeated molestation. So like I said, you're going to remember what is the state's placement of its fake sun after 4 p.m. Well into the 5 o'clock hour, as I continuously document on my podcast. It is not different than what the state is doing at 8:28 in the morning, like I showed today as American Medical Responses under what is that direct evidence, showing it's not only direct evidence of criminal conduct and surveillance, it's direct evidence of demon possession. Okay, and so like I said, the state's fake sun, all the state is doing is moving it, what is changing the color of it and aiming it what is in alignment with me, keeping it in alignment with me, which you can see in the images that I captured on January 23rd, 2022. And you are seeing it, what is in alignment with me as I'm in the parking lot coming from the Ovid Family Community Library. It is adjacent to the Metro 102 apartments, in perfect alignment with me as I continue walking south on Plum, headed toward the B&G Plaza. You see it next to the Metro 102 on the opposite side, adjacent to the 3-star janitorial. As I continue walking across the street, you see it next to the Bryan's Automotive. The state's fake sun is hovering over the Enrique's income tax this morning, which is adjacent to the Bryan's Automotive. All the state is doing is changing the color and making it more aligned, as opposed to being directly over my head, keeping it in alignment with my person as I am walking across the street. That is stalking with that which is not the sun. 1602339. That's Foothill Transit. License plate. I'm sorry, bus number 2911. Again, 1602339. And this is bus number F2223, license 1421619. Foothill Transit, a sex offender. Alrighty, so like I said, none of this is footage that I will be able to capture if that was the actual sun. At no time did the state ever, and is the state ever, okay, in other words, I'm prosecuting a government. This is Satan, though. The reason why Satan is keeping that light source, keeping itself over me, is because I am not going anywhere near the city of Pomona as of late. So January 22nd, January 23rd, that is ongoing evidence, and that's why I also published a map on my website. Use your common sense. 7:35 in the morning. 24 hours later, you're talking about this is supposedly the sun setting at the B&G Plaza. How would I ever be able to capture the Pomona Police Department under the sun at or around 9 o'clock in the morning when I am much west of this location, when I stand at the B&G Plaza? And how many times have I made the example? Do you see any light source even in the direction of the Stater Brothers, of the Ontario Village Shopping Center? I have used that as a method of documentation as well. You're looking at what is maintaining. This is what Satan is doing. This is what the entity is doing, that is monitoring, that is stalking together, all right, and revealing demon possession and obsessive demonic system of targeting together as one while a light source is maintaining presence over my head. It is the means whereby you are identifying that condition, which is speaking to the prosecution for terrorism. All right, demon possession. And it is the means whereby you are understanding how the entity is targeting you, not by the psychopath that wants to keep their back to you, or acting like they're delivering mail, or acting like they're engaged in some traffic stop. All right, you can name any, or engaged in the provision of some medical services, or going to put out a fire. You name what any type of demon that you want. That ongoing environment, which is impossible. It's literally a fake environment. It's a demonic environment, and it is the direct evidence that is surrounding this entity, the demon-possessed entity that's engaged in surveillance. And that is why you have what is not possibly the sun, because it's not even in the direction, let alone of the Stater brothers of the Ontario Village Shopping Center when I remain at the B&G Plaza, or on January 22nd while I remain at the Starbucks at 111 North Vineyard Avenue, where they want to close it down and act like they can shut it down all they want. That is a matter of record, and I've already documented that venue. And there was no sun anywhere in the position or in the direction of B&G Plaza on that day, in conflict with what I've already documented. Because while I'm at the B&G Plaza, I am not, and there is no light source anywhere in the direction relative, generally, in any regard, toward that Starbucks, toward that location, toward Vineyard. Not until I get on the bus, and then the state is then moving its fake sun in step with me while I'm on that vehicle traveling toward the city of Fontana. The state's fake sun is remaining over me at the B&G Plaza. It is not anywhere in the direction of some westward location. For example, as I showed day in and day out, it's not in the direction of 630 North Fern. It's not in the direction of the Ontario Village Shopping Center. It's impossible. All right, it's remaining directly over me. But yet, while I'm at those locations, at the same time, you have what is maintaining its presence over me, and an absolute departure from anywhere in the direction over the B&G Plaza. As you see in video, you see real-time movement in step with me, with that which is a light source. You're witnessing what is Satan. All right, that's not the sun. All right, and so this is why I'm able to capture the Pomona Police Department under that which is direct evidence, serving what is revealing what is their condition and what is the criminal system that's underway. Not just the fake sun, though, but you see the engineered light all over the place. 8UQB875, 8HXS503. Omnitrans license 1545805, 7XAK153, 8JYV624, 6LRZ950, 6EQB136, 5JQP283. And by the way, it's currently 9:28 a.m. 5WGB658, 5LQT257, 6YKC008. 61464C3. That was Foothill Transit that turned off the ignition of the bus and uses it as a means of audible activity, stalking in the path with noise as I begin walking to get license plates. That's a demon. Turning off the ignition of the bus. Okay? 6VAB357. 01187E3. 6STP486. 63587H3, 8EOD916, 8PIL157, 7MUP555, it's 9:29 a.m., 7THX805, 8H26048, 5RTR184, CA96V54, that's a paper plate, 8A88412, that's MBI excavation. They're stalking. 8PHS168, they're not excavating. All right, they're excavating for a prosecution. That's what they're digging for. 8XNT891, and they just found it. 3RRH632, stalking path while the state's keeping a fake sun over me in the parking lot as I'm getting these demons license plates. 8V72538, 7HIU193, 8VWG828, 8P22596, 01185E3. Foothill Transit crossing path and direct light in the parking lot that I'm inside of, 1421618. Switching sides, by the way, with the directed light. 8PPS380, that's the same security guard company as at Fontana Lewis Library. 4URY257. BF05P88, paper plate. Alrighty, this is while the entity is aiming directed light onto me. Let me be clear, while I'm standing on the property of the Pomona Transit Center, the state's, this directed light ball, these demons of Omnitransit, Foothill Transit, it's reaching toward me while I'm on the property. So that is while they are entering in the property, directed light is streaming toward me, hitting the signage, moving across the grass on the sidewalk and touching on my person as I cross path, which is reaching from the passenger side. As I'm walking in this parking lot adjacent to the property, the directed light is now to the driver's side as they reach outside of the property to touch me while I'm walking in this parking lot to get these license plates. They're demons. 93385C3, and that is showing what is the focus. This is Merchants Landscape Services. Again, 93385C3. And this is license DPOA3, creating audible activity. 1584539. These are demons just driving in circles at the turn circle, directed light. These are demons. This is the psychopath. They want to patrol around. That's what Satan wants to do. And that's all they're doing in buses. 1602469. Directed light, just spanning all around while they're just driving in circles, entering and exiting the property. That's all they're doing. And I just took still images right now. This is Merchants and Absolute International Security in relevant position. This is African American male. This is license 8PPS 380 while those psychopaths are driving in circles at the turn circle of the bus station. This is direct light, fake sun, and relevant positioning. So this African American who's sitting in this security vehicle with this logo on it is monitoring with Merchants, monitoring with this license DPOA3 who's creating audible activity. All the elements are present. And I also captured an image of what is a group stalker. He's wearing a security card badge. He's on a golf cart while that ongoing demonic light activity is being created by those psychopaths. Those are demons driving buses, the Foothill Transit and Omnitransit. And you're already very well familiar with Omnitrans. You're welcome to meet Satan operating Foothill Transit lines. 7GZZ011. It is 9:33 a.m. 6JLH483. And this is the stationary maintenance of presence over me with that, which is not possible to send. You already know that, but you're understanding what is the pattern. Not only is the state keeping a fake sun over me as I'm in motion, and I'm never advanced this direction. If the actual sun, in other words, was ever over the or visible to be captured and would maintain central presence over anyone at the Pomona Transit Center, it would not be over me at the B&G Plaza. It would not be remaining, as I've shown you, stationary presence as I remain, moving then as I move. 1348365. That is Foothill Transit. 8YPP201, 8R58953, VERSX, 6WVM675, 6FKX635, 8KYH951, 7U.O.C. 591, 7JFM873, 8VSS 747, 8W.S.C. 401. Let's see, 7SFE 903, in case I did not read this one. This is a demon stalking with presence, 8RTY 435, 8GFC 117, TO88XO. 318373, 8JKH 120, 8UZJ 635, 8FVA 698, 8KAT 487, 6GNR 944, license 7VVP 488, 6JZZ 623, 7GWG 114, license 4ZEG 870 33580E3. Let's see, 8LFG 823, 7YSN 299, 6YHB 404. And what I just captured images of is, again, 8KAT 487. This is a demon that's stalking in the path on what street is this? This is Thomas at Monterey, where I'm reading license plates. And then the third party, there's another third party. There are two vehicles together, using their vehicles as a means of light activity, just sitting in their vehicle, keeping the reverse lights on. You saw Tracy Banks doing this in the parking lot of the B&G Plaza yesterday, while the fake sun is over my head. Again, evidence that is in direct contrast with ever being present over maintaining central presence over my head while I leave the B&G Plaza, advance beyond it, and then go to the city of Pomona, and I'm at the transit center. But you are looking at what is demonic, as she is maintaining presence in a parking spot in alignment with me, fake sun over my head, directed light on the side of that brick wall dumpster inside of the B&G Plaza parking lot, the state patrolling via airplanes over that venue, and you are seeing what is the use of light. That's what these two vehicles are doing. And I took images of what is the fake sun directly over them, 7XAK153, as you are seeing what is framing the demon possessed with that demonic system that they are acting via. They are stalking with light in the same way that Satan itself is hovering with light. This is the demonic environment, and these are the demon possessed. And that's why I'm able to capture an image of what is not the sun over my head while they are stalking in the path. 38019T2 paper plate. 8GIX251, reaching over to touch in the shade with directed light. License, and that's what I took a picture of. It's currently 9:37 a.m. 8VKM218. I think I read that one already. Alrighty, 9:37, taking more images, and this is 8GIX251, who's in alignment with me. I'm taking an image of what is stalking the path. They are driving past, that is a demon's crossing path, and directed light reaches out toward me and touches my person while this demon crosses path, and the fake sun is directly over me. Alrighty, that demon driving that license plate 4GIX. I captured this demon's image while they're engaging in touching while stalking with the state at 9:37 a.m. I'm currently at what is 155 West Commercial Street, Auto Supply Company. This is again at Commercial and Thomas. Oh, let me get it. And that intersection with signage in that documentation, so you see exactly where I'm at, Commercial and Thomas Street, and you see the fake sun right there over me. All right, Foothill Transit, the supervisor, no different than the demons of Omnitrans supervisors. 1388996, crossing path, stalking in the path under the fake sun, using a company's vehicle to do so. That's a prosecution of that company. 8MBU727 and those demons working for that company. 8B85852, 6LVK069, 7TDJ664, 5GHW097, 23747C2, 8XCG827, 5YCS004. Again, that's 5YCS004. ZKY913, 7KR939, 7BKB914, 4CDU415, 8NEC206, 6RPN947, 7SOC885, 6FYB895, 8MDD072, 7N11979, 8HRL729, 4UDE145, P694VO, 69895W2, 8PZV562. It's 9:40 a.m. All right, I'm showing you what is law enforcement. This is a Caucasian female. She appears to be Caucasian. She's got a high up ponytail. This is law enforcement engaging in surveillance inside of the train station building. And these are the license plates that are already documented. And you're seeing what is, first of all, maintenance of presence inside of that vehicle. This is the, oh, actually, let me go get this license plate. The Pomona Traffic Division, that vehicle is gone. This female that I show you in relevant position is maintaining presence of the path. She is an aspect of law enforcement. This is a demon. She's crossing path at the location where she's at, and I'm showing you the fake sun that's in perfect alignment with me as she is walking underneath that light sun, that fake sun. And this is license 1509233. Parking enforcement is indeed an aspect of law enforcement, okay? And this is license, again, 1509233, and this demon, this is a female with a ponytail. She enters into what is a position of relevant positioning. All right, maintaining presence under what is the maintenance of a fake sun. And all together, the entity is monitoring and listening to me document third parties. And by the way, the state is keeping a fake sun. These vehicles are parked in what is directed light, which is the maintenance of that light all around me while I remain subject to the system. And this is nonetheless the identification of the people of the state who are indeed engaged in that criminal system together, who are demon possessed. All right, 6ZNG473.
And you have what is, again, I captured in still images. This is a demon identified with law enforcement who was stalking in the path and walking into what is a train station building. And I'm showing you what is a fake sun while she does so. She's stalking the path with a third party that you see walking by me. I capture images of this group stalker. And then I also get an image of what is the signage of the Pomona Transit Center, because that's what I was going for. And as I do that, you have what is this concerted activity by demons maintaining presence, 1166117. It's an old Impala. And so this ongoing conduct of crossing path, this male that is crossing path while I'm at the sign of the Pomona Transit Center, at the same time that law enforcement on the opposite side of the parking lot, 6WSA 386, is crossing path in the parking lot of the train center. Understand that this is concerted activity. And you also see this by what is the placement of a fake sun and that ongoing presence of what is engineered light all over the grounds. All right, this is the vehicle, the logo, which I'll take an image of. In concert with the Los Angeles County Fire Department that you heard sounding sirens at Gary and Holt Avenue under that which is not the sun. So you're understanding how demons in positions of, for example, law enforcement, fire department, ambulance. This is the state acting directly, and it is facilitation. It is demonic activity. It is the criminal abuse, the criminal misuse of such positions and vehicles for what is criminal conduct and terrorism, as opposed to what is presumed to be some administration of some duty, monitoring with the people. 8WKH795, a black-faced demon monitoring with law enforcement. Understand, he's monitoring with the demons of Pomona Police Department. All right, while he is stalking in the path and directed light is coming toward me under what is a fake sun. They are demons that are engaging in this system together. It has nothing to do with race. It is 9:44 a.m. Alrighty, I'm showing you what is surveillance by what is Care Ambulance. Care Ambulance is the vehicle used by the demons who you hear sounding sirens under the fake sun while I'm on Route 61 at Gary and Holt Boulevard or Holt Avenue in Pomona. And this is license plate CARE343. Okay, these demons are in operation of their communication devices, directed light in the shade in front of the vehicle. It looks like splattered liquid, if you will, but this is light, okay? It's directed light while they are then communicating, can I help you? This is Satan that's engaging in the creation of audible activity. And the form of these demons in a medical emergency vehicle is perplexed. They're, can I help you? While they're under the fake sun, monitoring with communication devices and are demons stalking with law enforcement, okay? Engaging in literal surveillance while directed light is all around the vehicle. And then this demon uses the vehicle to sound activity as I walk to the back of it. This is P.O.C. That's license plate CARE343. And this is the vehicle that was used. Not necessarily the same license plate, but like I said, this is Care Ambulance. This is the white and blue ambulance that I was referencing, engaging in the P.O.C. with Los Angeles County Fire Department at the intersection of Gary and Holt Avenue as I was on the bus, and you see the fake sun as I captured images of that. They are in relevant position in the parking lot of this train station, engaging in surveillance, stalking in the path, and I'm showing you what is directed light that's all around on the ground and the fake sun that's over my head as I walk over to that vehicle in order to get their license plate. The state's fake sun is not over the Pomona Transit Center anymore. It's over me as I document those demons. All right, so like I said, I captured that documentation, and that is captured in still images for your eyes to see. Care Ambulance engaging in surveillance. And that's all that Satan is doing, that there is the absence of any true free society. There is the absence of any true concern with whatever minions want you to be consumed with, thinking that it's all about going to work and getting a paycheck and all the stresses that you have in everyday life. Those are distractions. I want to be clear, Satan is consumed with, and you see that through the environment. When you are placed in a fake sun and directed light, and you're in what are supposed to be vehicles that's supposed to assign you some level of importance or nobility or honor, and you're supposed to, you should be consumed, but I'm showing you the P.O.C. shows the absence of that. This is consumption with what is surveillance. That's what they're consumed with. That's what Satan is consumed with. And once you are awoken to that, okay, you're talking about what is realizing what is an absolute comprehensive system that's in operation, 8KPB 694. And by the way, becoming aware of that makes you a very real threat, not only to Satan, but to this entity. And that's why I'm going to prosecute it. All right. You have what is understanding what is the criminal system that is underway, and contrary to what you would be consumed with or what
one would have you consumed with the everyday stresses of life. It's not about going to work. It's not about having followers on TikTok. It's not about parlaying, going to the beach. No, they're not. They're stalking wherever it is that they're going, wherever it is that they live, wherever it is that they're working. This is ongoing surveillance. Satan is at work. This is demonic. Okay? And it's occurring in the United States under the fallacy of free society. That is a fallacy. 1602258. This is engagement in what is surveillance, doing so in the state of California on behalf of a government under the company name of Foothill Transit, Silver Streak. That's all that this is. Puppets of Satan. All right? The state's fake sun is nowhere possible ever going to be over the Ontario Fire Department today, especially as I go nowhere near that location. But that's not the actual sun, okay? Because if it was the sun, then you were talking about what is a predictable and reliable orbit. That's not what is going on. This is a light source that's remaining over my head. You know what that light source is? It is literally Satan itself, okay? You're witnessing what is the presence of Satan, and you've been ignorant to it. That is not the sun that's hovering over you. You're witnessing the supernatural. You're witnessing the supernatural while directed light is all around, because that's not even normal light activity. Stuff that you are not paying attention to. If you also pay attention, these minions have double and triple shadows. This is abnormal light. This is not normal light. We're not on a stage on a movie production. You're talking about, even so, let me be clear, that is not light activity that results, ever. Ever. It's not gonna happen in your kitchen. That's not happening in the bathroom. This is a demonic environment. This is engineered light. Right, and you're talking about what is for purposes of what is monitoring and surveilling with communication devices. And guess who is doing that? It's not normal people. These are the demon possessed that Satan is hovering over in the sky space, and these are puppets of Satan all around. Alrighty, showing you what is several points of analysis with regard to what is the presence of a fake sun and the congregation of the demons who engage in patrolling around on foot, by vehicle, and doing so while also law enforcement comes to engage in the P.O.C. as well. You're witnessing what is pacing all around by an entity. This is ongoing patrolling. Demons are surrounding, including the demons of the Pomona Police Department. This white male gets out of their vehicle. As I'm speaking to what is the impossibility of the Ontario Police Department being under the actual sun and the Pomona Police Department being under the actual sun, while in both cities, in entirely distinct locations, you have what is the maintenance of what is supposedly the sun over me while I'm encountering the Pomona Police Department, which I'm showing today in video at 9:54 a.m. and yesterday at 9:55 a.m. between 9:52 and 9:55 a.m. in that video where the Ontario Police Department are under that which is supposedly the sun. This is not the sun, and that is impossible to coexist, and I would not be able to capture that directly above my head while I am at the Sultana Avenue and B Street intersection where the Ontario Fire Department is. If this was the actual sun, it is not advanced anywhere toward the city of Pomona in the westward direction. As you see where I'm facing as I'm standing at that intersection, and I'm showing you the demons of the Ontario police and the people of the state, I'm not even facing westward. I am literally standing on what is B Street, facing Sultana, and I am facing what is southeast. Not even in the direction of west, which the city of Pomona is west of the city of Ontario, and it is much, much west, okay? So like I said, this is impossible, and that is ongoing direct evidence. And let me be clear, these demons engage in more congregation, which you see in the video. This is demonic activity. These are demons that are just marching all around. Good. The golf cart of the demon wearing the security guard monitoring with Pomona police, using it as a means of presence, is license 8WXC533. Stalking in the path. I already captured this demon's image on a golf cart while the state kept its fake sun over me while I was walking through the parking lot getting those license plates. And this demon is maintaining presence now on this side, and the fake sun is now on this side, not on that opposite side of that parking lot. And this side being the side where you see Pomona police, a tall white male. This is a demon-possessed stalker, and the direct evidence of that demon possession is the fake sun, which is Satan itself hovering over the Pomona Transit Center at this time, 9:55, which is what I'm pointing out in video. When you are looking at what is the impossible coexistence of such documentation, meaning that's not possibly the sun, which I pointed out yesterday, because the state's fake sun, as I documented in 9:55, in different locations, and also today yet another different location, distinctly different, yet the maintenance of central presence over my head. Whereas on January 23rd, 2022, you have what is the state keeping a fake sun in the city of Ontario at the B&G Plaza as though the sun is setting. Let me be clear, that is impossible, and this is the absence of any actual sun. This is the operation of Satan over an environment, and that same operation of that environment is the operation over people. All right, and those people include those driving security guard vehicles, driving their own vehicles, driving vehicles of law enforcement, driving commercial vehicles, engaging in public transportation, and you are seeing what is the maintenance of that same identical environment, which is entirely demonic. This has nothing, by the way, again, to do with some global warming, ignorant explanation. It's not an explanation because, like I said, this is a hovering light source and there is more than one. It's a fake sun. You're witnessing what is Satan that's hovering over us under what you are not supposed to question and you are supposed to assume is the sun, and it's not, and I've shown you that. And by virtue of what is supposedly one sun, as you see this, which is not the sun, you see, but again, you're going to use that lie that has been parroted to you, that you've been told that there is only one sun, and that is over you by virtue of my documentation that is speaking to the revealing of that ongoing expansive system that is in process, that it is underway in the United States, because that's not the sun that's over them in Atlanta, Georgia. That's not the sun that's over them in Texas. That's not the sun that's over them in Florida, Tennessee. That's not the sun that's over them in Nevada and Arizona. It is not the sun that is in San Bernardino County and to Los Angeles County, as I remain in Ontario on one day and then I randomly just get on the bus and continue to Los Angeles County to Pomona, and all of a sudden it's advanced beyond any of the locations that I'm routinely documenting on a day-to-day basis. It is not coexisting, in other words, with being anywhere in the city of Fontana, and also it's remaining present over me as I'm showing you the demons of the Pomona Police Department. No, it's not. That's impossible. All right? That is not the sun. You have been told that it is. You have been told what are explanations for what's supposedly the appearance of what is the exacerbating heat, the worsening environmental conditions, the demons are telling you in Florida, in California, what is causing fires, all right, and pulling trees from the grounds, from the roots, all right, like this is some natural, it's not. You are witnessing what is the operation of Satan over the environment. It is Satan in operation, period. And then the demons of Satan, these little puppets are telling you that it's called global warming. And like I said yesterday, you tell me, you answer the question, what part of the globe is being warmed besides Holt Boulevard in Ontario? And today as I go to Pomona on Holt Boulevard, all right, moving to what is the street of Monterey, and then on a particular day if I go to Fontana, other than that, there is no global warming, because the entity is held to that documentation. Because why? There's only one sun. And documentation is showing that the state is stalking with that which is not possibly the sun, because the actual sun that's supposedly engaging in some sort of creation of global warming circumstances would not possibly remain over one county, one city, one street, just like I documented, for example, January 22nd, 2022 to January 23rd, 2022, 7:35 a.m. to after 4 p.m. like the sun is setting on one street. That's literally what the documentation reveals. And then how is that the case where it's supposedly setting visible with me in alignment? Or so you're talking about what is visible through, well, at 9 o'clock in the morning, the state's fake sun is over me in the city of Pomona in Los Angeles County. And that's remaining present over right now as I am at 630 North Fern. No, it's not. No, it is not. No, it is not. It is direct. It is not questionable where the state's light source is. It's directly over me while I remain at 630 North Fern, which is a matter of documentation, after 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, but January 1st, 2022, you're talking about after 4 p.m. The maintenance of presence with the fake sun aiming directed light inside of that vehicle that remains at 630 North Fern, which, by the way, is not in perfect alignment with the JCPenney at the property of the Montclair Place Mall, which, by the way, is not in perfect alignment with the B&G Plaza on Holt Boulevard, which, and by the way, is not in alignment with or any way coexisting with going from the Ovid Family Community Library to keep that which is supposedly some setting sun in alignment with me as I walk to the B&G Plaza, which is what I documented on January 23rd, 2022. That's not the sun. It's asininity. All right. And so let me be clear. These demons are revealing their own condition because you're looking at what is that impossible? What is impossible synonymous with? You're learning it's demonic. It is Satan itself. Satan is hovering over you. That is not the actual sun. It is not possibly the sun. All right. And if you want to argue that that's the sun, and then you do not have the sun over whatever state that you are, that's not the sun that you're looking up at the sky space over you or in whatever county, wherever it is that you reside. It's not possibly the sun. It's remaining over me. And then in conflict with what is supposedly some ubiquitous presence of that which is supposed to be the sun in Ontario, how is it present remaining over me when it doesn't exceed beyond Stater Brothers or Mountain Avenue? Walmart, that's essentially where my documentation has been as of late. But again, it's not limited to that, because when I went to Palmdale, you saw the fake sun remaining over the vehicle, through the windshield, through the window, as I went to Palmdale. Are you kidding? Satan literally handed over that documentation.
This is the state system. And that's exactly why you walk through a parking lot and you read all of those license plates. They are the people of the state. This is Satan operating over the environment, Satan operating over the people. And not only that, the vehicles that are parked in the parking lot, you're talking about what is engineered light covering all of them. I remain subject to the P.O.C. It is a method of identifying the state that's engaging in what is comprehensive surveillance, period. It is currently 10:02 a.m. The state's fake sun is remaining in the city of Pomona, while demons of Foothill Transit are crossing paths 1459346. Directed light. This African-American male, a sex offender, with a Nike black, a black face mask with the Nike check on it. Bus number F2327 at 10:03 a.m. The state's fake sun is not possibly. The actual sun is not possibly over what is 630 North Fern while I'm in the vehicle, and I'm showing you the state's fake sun at this time. As then at that time, we are then leaving from 630 North Fern in the city of Ontario while it is remaining here, both before that time and till the present at 10:03 a.m. at the Foothill Pomona Transit Center. 161351, driven by a Latino male, bald head with a white face mask, white and blue face mask. 1602224. This is an old white man. All of them sex offenders, touching with directed light. Bus number 2904. And it is 10:03 a.m. The state's fake sun is remaining in the same location, just like where you see, and I'm showing you what is 955, just like I stated. There is no way that would ever be the sun that is east of this location over the building of the Ovid Family Community Library at 9:55 a.m., let alone yesterday as you're witnessing the demon-possessed Ontario Police Department, who are stalking while I'm at Sultana Avenue and B Street, patrolling and harassing under what is that light source, which is Satan itself, while that entity acting via the Ontario Police, who are engaged in a pattern of documented kidnapping while state surveillance is underway. So you're talking about what is that which is not the sun, and that's the direct evidence, and that's exactly how you're framing this entity, because that is the environment that they are intentionally engaging and maintaining, and doing so on behalf of the government, on behalf of what is a public entity, and doing so on behalf of what is Satan, because that's what that is. That's a light source. That is Satan that is hovering, and that is not the actual sun, and it is impossible to actually be the sun. This is a matter of documentation, and so this is why you have what is the light source in the city of Pomona, and this is what I'm capturing, and how is this ever going to be the actual sun as I am still, for example, asleep in the car at 630 North Fern, have not left the location of that address yet, and you have what is maintaining presence in the window of that vehicle, whichever direction she drives from 630 North Fern, she being Tracy Banks and license 4WON 432. Whereas I have been here earlier in the morning, and you have what is that's supposed to be coexisting documentation of what is actually the sun. No, it's not. And it's impossible to be. Let alone, again, like I said, what sun is present in Los Angeles when it's maintaining presence over me in Ontario? The state's fake sun, that's what you're witnessing, that's present over me in Los Angeles County today, is because I got on a bus and I came to Los Angeles County. But what is keeping what is supposedly the sun over the sky? Satan is hovering over the sky space. Satan is present, operating exercising control over the environment, the natural environment. Satan is not a god. He's not a god. All right, and you're talking about what is limited time, and you're talking about what is engaging in what is a deceitful act to deceive you, all right, while he is operating control over many. These are the puppets that I've documented by license plate, image, address, voice. All right, with regard to what is that ongoing criminal conduct, because Satan's not just using these puppets, they're engaging in egregious criminal conduct, and they're going to be prosecuted. They're going to be prosecuted in federal court. All right, you're revealing what is and understanding what is the government's system of monitoring, who it's doing it through, who it's doing it with. All right, and it is 10:06 a.m. and the state is keeping its fake sun stationary over the Pomona Transit Center, nowhere present in the city of Ontario over the Ontario Ovid Family Community Library. But it's not just that. At 10:03 a.m., after I have already documented what is the state keeping a fake sun in alignment with me, while I'm already on the Omnitrans bus going to the city of Fontana, as I sit and I'm documenting what are the demons using a commercial brand, Metrolink, while I stand on Route 66 after having already been on Route 61, being followed and pursued with that which is Satan. This is the light source. This is not the actual sun remaining over me while the demon possessed are monitoring systematically, including the Fontana Police Department, who was under what is a fake sun while I'm in the city of Fontana. That does not coexist. At this same time, it's 10:06 a.m. right now. I have already documented this, and you're talking about the state's fake sun that's remaining over me in the city of Fontana over my head. And then while I'm in the city of Pomona, it's not moving anywhere. It is maintaining central presence over me, stationary as I'm still moving in real time as I move.
This is Los Angeles County. This is understanding what is stalking with the fake sun. Why are you stalking with the fake sun? Because massive surveillance with communication devices in violation of Title 18 is underway, and it is demonic while an entity is doing so. And every single method employed, that is the criminal elements of monitoring themselves, are demonic. All right. And also you are witnessing what is an entirely demonic environment. You can perceive that demon possession, that demonic environment, by virtue of what is the conduct engaged in by psychopaths, sitting around making noises, stalking with simultaneity, mirroring whatever it is that I do physically, engaging in pacing around under what is engineered light based on what I do physically and or on a communication device. These are demons. And they are under what is Satan that is hovering above in the sky space, which you are supposed to assume is the sun. And it's not. It's not. And all you have to do is use your common sense, because it's not rocket science. Because the documentation that I have shown, and it is relevant to every single last person, wherever you are, because why? There's only one sun. And if that one sun is remaining over me in Ontario, in conflict with the body of evidence that I have, so I have already shown this is not possible with the sun. And because there is only one sun, that's how you know you are not under the sun. It is not possible. It's not possible. All right. And that is throwing the lies of Satan and a government that's relying on your ignorance, all right, and to prosecute it, all right? So, like I said, it is currently 10:08 a.m. and the state's fake sun remains here, and I did document that video of what is the fake sun, and you're witnessing what is the terrorism by law enforcement as they are demons engaging in what is that show of demon possession. Let me be clear, the demon possessed that are in positions of law enforcement, that is an act of terrorism in and of itself. The fact that the demon possessed in position of law enforcement are then engaging in what is federal stalking, that is that which is exceeding the language of Title 18, Section 2261A, subsections 1 and 2. It is that which exceeds the intent to intimidate, harass, and injure. Doing so by a law enforcement is that which is inherently designed to terrorize. Okay, by a demon-possessed psychopath in a position of law enforcement. Let alone law enforcement, as I have documented them engaging in routine harassment, fictitious exercise of authority under the law, and kidnapping. Because that is exactly what law enforcement is doing while they're engaged in surveillance. When you are pulled over for a traffic stop, it is a fictitious exercise of authority while you're placed under surveillance. You do not have any reasonable suspicion. First of all, you're a demon, and you're engaged in comprehensive surveillance. You know exactly what I'm doing with or without a seatbelt, what street intersection I'm on, with regard to whether you suspect and whether you can define with specifically articulable facts, which is the constitutional standard. This is fictitious exercise of authority under the law. They are engaged in criminal conduct. They know exactly what you're doing. Okay? So you were talking about what are psychopaths. And this is revealing what I have documented with regard to, again, my list of police encounters, as this fictitious exercise of authority is used not only to engage in kidnapping, but also to engage in what is ordinary harassment by a demon who's placing you under surveillance. All right, you're talking about what is knowledge as to what exactly what I am doing while this P.O.C. is underway, and then you're pulling me over for driving in the carpool lane, or you're pulling me over for not wearing a seatbelt. Okay, so you're talking about what is not a minor thing. This is knowledge that the entity maintains, and they are exercising fictitious authority under the law, which is followed by what is that same criminal conduct by the courts. All right, that's what you're doing. You get a traffic ticket, and then you're subject to some sort of trial, or if you contest it, or it having any entertainment whatsoever in the justice system. That's criminal conduct by an entity that is surveilling you. All right? And they're demons doing so. This is entirely demonic. This is the operation of Satan in what is an entirely illegitimate system. And this is revealing what is going on in California, and this is revealing what's going on in the United States. So, like I said, you're talking about what is the documentation that I've already published, and I will be continuing to publish with regard to the list of police encounters, because this is the big picture of what, for example, the puppets of Satan that are in positions of law enforcement, what they do, and what how the system operates. All right, you're talking about what is engagement in what is some fallacy of free society, of some constitutionally based system, and it is not a matter of what is some ratio of error, some imperfections with regard to it. No. This is an entire law. This is an entire lie. It is farcical. You are subject to surveillance, and then you have what is exercising fictitious authority under the law, okay, creating what is some romanticized notion of you're actually having those who are abiding by your rights. It is nonsense when you understand the big picture, the P.O.C, and all of the implications that are rooting from that. All right. And it is public corruption in plain sight. And this is why you go to such degrees to try to kidnap, to try to conceal, to harass, to steal property for which you're going to pay under law. All right. So this is why it's being revealed for such a time as this. There is nothing that the entity has engaged in for which it shall not answer. not only monetarily, but you're talking about for purposes of putting such psychopaths in the facilities where they belong for a prolonged period. In other words, not getting out, because that's the entity's intent. That's the entity's intent, to permanently silence you, to obstruct justice altogether. All right, these demons of Foothill Transit. This is a Latino male, license plate 1476104, bus 2429, molesting with directed light, and doing so while I am listening. These are demons. Not only is it the P.O.C. again, you're dealing with Satan. So Satan is engaging in, this is what they did yesterday, Bill and Wags crossing path under the fake sun that remains over the B&G Plaza, by the way. This is how you are. This is what I'm saying with regard to everything that the entity does, and you understand the P.O.C. This is how you're also understanding what is an intent to do nothing but try to change the subject. Drive by Bill and Wags, and remind her that we stole her. This is the conduct of Satan. So she'll stop talking about global warming. So she'll stop talking about what it is that I'm telling you. This is what the entity is doing. That's documented. That's prosecution for what is harassment. While you're stalking under the fake sun, and the direct evidence when I go to Pomona, what the hell was that over the Sky Space and B&G Plaza that remained over me then as I walked to what is the Ontario Fire Department, and then to the Ovid Family Community Library. A directly opposite movement of migration of the state, which is supposedly the sun, as I take that route. All right. But contrary to that, today I'm in a totally different location. So what was that over me? It's the direct evidence of the criminal conduct, the motivation of who are the demon-possessed, engaging in surveillance and monitoring every word that I'm uttering about Satan. Okay, because that is Satan driving a Bill and Wags tow truck. That's Satan that was engaged in criminal summoning at Bill and Wags tow yard. That's Satan that's engaged in theft of my property with the Ontario Police Department in concert with the people of the state acting via Bill and Wags, who is yesterday on January 26, 2022, crossing path under that fake sun, wanting to engage in what is some sort of method of changing the subject of what it is that I'm speaking about that the entity is listening to. And that is, again, the ongoing P.O.C. This is what the state was doing with a black and white helicopter flying over the Ontario Town Square. All right, this is what the Ontario Police Department are doing while they're stalking, driving by, and then returning, pacing back around. This is what this demon is doing at 9:55 in the morning while I'm at the Sultana Avenue and Sultana and B Street at 9:55 in the morning. The state's fake sun is present. She is making a U-turn and engaging in harassment, which is she's monitoring. Monitoring is an ongoing threat to your life. Doing so in the position of law enforcement. This is ongoing terrorism. But let me be clear. What is this demon's purpose? Anything to get me to stop talking about the reality that this is Satan hovering over the sky space, that it's not the sun, that it's not about global warming, that it's not about COVID-19, that it's not about Black Lives Matter, that this is everything that they want me to stop speaking of. Okay, by the way. And the entity Satan itself goes to that degree to engage in more criminal conduct to be documented in order to divert my attention from speaking about whatever it is that the entity desires me not to speak of. So I'm just speaking to what is that ongoing criminal motive, and it's pathetic. I document still the same, but I'm speaking to what is understanding. Why do you go through that? Why am I explaining that? Because you need to understand you're not dealing with normal people. You're dealing with demons. You're dealing with Satan. Psychopath. License plate 1403575, and it is currently 10:15 a.m. It's been fun, huh, Satan? Alrighty, license plate. Bus number F2322, Foothill Transit, license 1459330. 1403575. That is bus number F2119. The demons of the Pomona Police Department. Let me document this for you. So I want to be clear. With regard to what is the presence of the light source, this is a direct evidence of an ongoing pattern of conduct of state surveillance. There is no routine that some police officer or some police department is going to claim, oh, we're always here every day at the transit center. That may very well be. Let me be clear. The pattern of conduct is underway while the state's light source is over me, and there is no form. And while these demons of the Pomona Police Department cross path, there is directed light by Foothill Transit using this bus right here, major accident investigation team at the Fontana Transit, at the Pomona Transit. This is license 1175114, and the demons, just like the demons of Care Ambulance, using the doors to open, close, create light activity and directed light. They're demons, all right? And the P.O.C. is underway, and there is no form. You claim you're at the transit center every morning, where Erica Lorraine Spencer comes nowhere near the transit center. The fake sun is present. The ongoing directed light activity is present. This ongoing demonic system is underway. There's no exception. I want to be clear. This is how Satan is using wherever it is that you are going. So I have translated so that you are understanding what is criminal conduct by a public entity. The maintenance of light over everywhere that you are going. The maintenance of audible activity by the demon possessed who are acting as one everywhere that you're going.
all right, to engage in that P.O.C. together. So like I said, you can claim what it does not matter. That ongoing impossible presence of what is clearly not the sun is the ongoing documentation of what is that P.O.C. period and what is of that condition, demon possession. It is speaking to you both for what is a comprehensive system, 6UGM 575, and is also revealing to you what is the ongoing demonic activity, how far and wide demon possession goes. That's what it's revealing to you. Okay. So anyway, that was Pomona Police, and I documented that license plate. While those demons get inside of their vehicle, I captured what is the fake sun right over the police vehicle as I stand in front of it in the city of Pomona. How is the state's light source? If that's actually the sun that's already present at 10:06 in the morning, all right, that's present over the vehicle at 630 North Fern. Again, this is not possible. It's not. But like I said, I'm going to present the consistent analysis. How is that the sun that's remaining in the city of Ontario, specifically over my head, just like you see specifically central over my head in the city of Pomona while I'm standing and documenting the demons of the Pomona Police Department? That is called direct evidence. Not only of your condition, demon possession, but the criminal system that you're engaging in and you're facilitating by law enforcement. All right. It is currently 10:20 a.m. and those are still images that I documented, and those are that is a venue. That is law enforcement that is stalking at the transit center, using it as a venue to engage in what is presence, and doing so in concert while they're monitoring with the people at 10:21 a.m. All right, Foothill Transit, license plate 1421619. Alrighty, license plate 1421648. This is Foothill Transit. Omnitrans is license 1535754, which is Route 61 Pomona, and this is Route 61 Ontario license plate. This is Omnitrans license 1234516, bus number 1224, and this is Foothill Transit license 1321920, I believe. Let's see that 1327920. That's bus number F1716. It's currently 10:25 a.m. All right, Foothill Transit license plate 1602341, bus number 2914, excuse me, touching with directed light, and it is 10:26 a.m. This is P.O.C. This is why the fake sun is over the Pomona Transit Center. 1389105. This is why these demons are crossing paths in vehicles and molesting with directed light. All right, that's bus number F2154. F2223, license 1421619. That's Route 291. It's 10:26 a.m. Merchants is crossing path on foot. This is a demon just going around digging in trash cans, wearing a logo, monitoring as well. License 1613522, bus 2760. That's Foothill Transit. All right, license plate 1602341, Silver Street. That's bus number 2914. Just driving, strolling on through, creating light activity, directed light all across the sidewalk, on me, on the walls, all around, while these psychopaths are just driving in circles. 1389105. Bus 2154, and I took more images so you can see what is the fake sun over them while they're demons that are pacing around, not an operation of any legitimate business. This is state surveillance. Sorry, didn't mean to blow that in your face. I blew smoke in your face, sorry. The reason why smoke got in his face is because he's crossing path with a communication device, directed light, while Foothill Transit 1403771 crosses path. It's 10:28 a.m. Yeah. It is 10:28 a.m. if you recall my documentation where I'm already traveled on Route 61 to the city of Fontana. And as I'm speaking to you about the absence of any credibility, of any legitimacy of law enforcement, the demons of the Fontana Police Department engage in crossing path in a SWAT vehicle while I am standing on what is Orange Way at the Fontana Metrolink train station in between the village at Sierra at 10:29 a.m. The state's fake sun remains over the the Pomona Transit Center. And I'll show you that right now on video. That is not the sun that's over me while the demons of the Fontana Police Department in a SWAT vehicle communicating a terrorizing threat, listening to every word that I'm documenting about them on the my podcast. Under what is a fake sun, while also the state's fake sun is maintaining presence over me in the city of Pomona, Los Angeles County, and maintaining presence before my arrival in Fontana on that day, remaining in Fontana on that day, remaining in Pomona today. All right, and this is stationary presence, 10:29 a.m. All right, Foothill Transit, bus number 2409, license plate 1469784. That's the maintenance of audible activity using a tree trimmer. These are methods of audible activity in engineered light. The demons of the bus line are patrolling in and out. The demons of the people of the state are patrolling around in their vehicles and patrolling around on foot. This is ongoing P.O.C. And that's why I captured the state's fake sun at 10:29 a.m. And which is the ongoing direct evidence of that state surveillance. And it is speaking to the absence of any actual sun, because the object is over me and there's only one sun, right? It is not over the 280 North Lemon Apartments. That is not the sun that would ever be hovering over an apartment building, would set it on fire. And also remaining in front of that Ovid Family Community Library. And Ovid Family Community Library is only just one example where the state is also engaging and acting as though that same light source, which is supposedly the sun, remains for the duration of the day. Remember that. That's what the documentation reveals, which is a pattern. Remaining wherever it is that I remain for the duration of the day. If that's at the Fontana Lewis Library, that's where the fake sun remains. And today you have what is remaining present over the Pomona Transit Center. License 1403733. Bus number F2149. It is 10:33 a.m. License plate 1459330. Bus number F2322. Route 195. License 1497026. That is Route 480. Foothill Transit. Foothill Transit, Route 291, Laverne. Bus number F2161. License plate 1403624. This is exactly what Foothill Transit was doing again as I remained in my vehicle, living in my car in Pomona, using the bus lines as a means of stalking in the path with light activity, while the state was keeping a fake sun over me. And while they were stalking in the path, using the buses as light activity and directed light. And so I am here at the Pomona Transit documenting methods of state surveillance through what are demons driving these commercial vehicles engaging in what is state surveillance. That's why the fake sun is over me. That's why Satan is hovering in a light source that is not the sun. Right? And they're just pacing in and out. These are demons that are pacing all around while directed light coexists with that crossing of path conduct by demons. It's 10:36 a.m. (1671606), bus number 2762. It says not in service. It's 10:36 a.m. entering the Pomona Transit Center. Merchants crossing path in the parking lot at the intersection of Commercial Road and Main. Direct the light across the building of California Auto Supply Company while they do so. This is the adjacent parking lot, monitoring with them. Maintaining relevant positioning as FedEx is doing, where JDT Incorporated was maintaining presence, is what FedEx is doing. Maintaining light activity in alignment with me where I'm sitting at the transit station. It's 10:37 a.m. 1515384, Foothill Transit, Route 480, the West Covina Mall. That's what the signage says. This is 10:40 a.m. 1605700, bus 2923, in case I did not read that one. That's Foothill Transit. It's 10:42 a.m. as I document that, the ongoing concerted conduct, you have demons that walk past me. They're doing so under engineered light. They do so while the sounding you hear, this is audible activity. This is the maintenance of the presence of the ongoing elements while demons surround in relevant position, monitoring as one. All right, so that bus is on the opposite side, not touching with that directed light streaming off of that bus while crossing past. So you have demons that create light activity. They are moving around in engineered light, and they are walking past as I start recording. This is demonic conduct, okay? It's currently 10:43 a.m. All right, Route 291, Foothill Transit 1403624, now exiting at 10:44 a.m. Entering is Omnitrans Route 61, license plate. Bus number 2349, and this is license 1545906, stopping at what is the Route 482 Foothill Transit bus stop. It's 10:44 a.m. All right, Route 291 Pomona. This is license plate 1403773, bus number F2011. It's 10:45 a.m. This is entering the plaza. Taking a still image of what is surveillance by a group stalker. You see the white Mercedes. They're stopped in front of what is the fire hydrant, maintaining lights using their brake lights. They've been loitering for a prolonged period. They are monitoring as well at the intersection of Main and Commercial Road. This is the maintenance of a communication device. All right, they are monitoring as one. And I did capture a still image of that. And that demon that knows that it's been documented and has been engaged in prolonged loitering is now leaving while I'm walking toward them to get their license plate. These are demons that know that they're being documented. And driving now onto Main Street and leaving from the venue. I'll go ahead and show you that. That is the movement of what is a demon engaging in surveillance and maintaining real-time knowledge of the fact that they're about to be documented by license plate. It's not a coincidence under a fake sun and in directed light. This is how surveillance is underway by an entity. All right, that's P.O.C. That's a demon listening everywhere, just like the Fontana Police Department, the Ontario Police Department, the Pomona Police Department, the Los Angeles Fire Department, the Care Ambulance. All right, American Medical Response, the entity maintaining real-time knowledge, monitoring, which is the nature of the crime, while you are monitoring documentation that's going toward that prosecution. It is currently 10:47 a.m. This is Union Pacific while Pomona Police are monitoring in relevant position. P.O.C. Capturing those still images, you're looking at police officers who are demons. They're pacing, walking in opposite directions. This is called crossing the path. They're doing so on the opposite side of the parking lot. You see the train behind them. That's a means of what is audible activity, and the fake sun is right over my head. These are the ongoing elements. Monitoring with the African American who's standing in the parking lot, studying the communication device. This is monitoring conduct. All right, this is P.O.C. It's currently 10:48 a.m. This is a comprehensive surveillance system. License 3011624. I believe that is the Pomona Police. Monitoring in concert with Union Pacific. That is indeed license 3011624. All right, demons that are pacing in and out of the Amtrak building as a means of surveillance. That is loitering. And then Union Pacific is the audible activity. Fake sun is over my head. Directed light remains while the demons are patrolling in and out of the transit center via bus. All right, directed light reaches toward me, whatever side of that bus that I'm on. And while those demons, you see the police officers, they're one's walking toward the train station building. Another one is walking out, and then he gets on his motorcycle, which is a method of light activity while he knows that I'm approaching. Understand? This is Satan in operation over people engaging in surveillance, monitoring with communication devices together as one. It is 10:50 a.m. License 1602469, bus 2922. That's Foothill Transit that's engaging in state surveillance with the Pomona Police Department and the people of the state. Bus number F2011, license 1403773, also crossing path. It's still 10:50 a.m. That African American, again, this is the driver of the Omnitrans Route 61.
and it's bus 1364. Its license plate 1535754. This African American male is the one that is loitering in relevant position in the grass while Pomona police, those demons, are pacing, while Foothill Transit is pacing with directed light and the fake sun is over me. It's 10:52 a.m. All right, and this African American male identified on the bus as employee number 3445. It's 10:54 a.m. and it's at the Pomona Transit Center where we remain. Now leaving from the Pomona Transit Center. That is the P.O.C, which continues, but showing you what is the maintenance of a fake sun in the city of Pomona over a single address, remaining stationary for a prolonged period, all manner of iterations of the ongoing identical conduct of engaging in the criminal elements of monitoring, which is demonic activity. This is state surveillance and terrorism. And it is, again, 10:55 a.m. And again, this is employee number 3448, not 3445, 3448. I'm sorry, 6LEK 821. We are at Gary Avenue and Monterey Avenue. And the state's fake sun no longer stationary over the Pomona Transit Center, moving over the bus, keeping in alignment with me, street for street, turn for turn, going toward what is Holt Avenue in the city of Pomona, which turns into Holt Boulevard as it proceeds eastbound on Holt Boulevard. C0198. For the rest of the one, actually. Hold up. 8C01938. 8JXN372. 74772V1. And 1387852. That is the city of Pomona in a white pickup truck. We are at Holt Avenue and Gary Avenue at 10:57 a.m. All right, showing you what is video of 8SFV219. Showing you what is video of the state's fake sun, 8THF536, moving from stationary presence over the Pomona Transit Center as the employee number 3448, and again, that's the African American male that I was referencing while the demons of the Pomona Police Department were pacing 4GNS 953 at the Pomona Transit Center, while Union Pacific is a means of audible activity, and Foothill Transit and Omnitrans ingress and egress is a means of ongoing directed light swirling all around, and the fake sun is maintaining stationary presence over that property of the Pomona Transit Center in the city of Pomona in Los Angeles County. An identical and unique and impossible environment conducive to monitoring with communication devices. It is demonic activity, and it is showing what is street for street, turn for turn, with that same light source that is not possibly the sun, as I remain in the city of Ontario at this time, and am already, for example, at the Ovid Family Community Library. This is not maintaining presence over the edge of the 280 North Limit Apartments. This is following with the light source, keeping it in alignment with me as I move, and then placing it over a particular venue as I arrive there. And you are witnessing what is not the sun. You're witnessing what is Satan operating over an environment, and doing so through what you are not supposed to question, thinking that that's the sun, and it's not. It's in a demonic environment. PD plus FULL. That's like not a T, it's like a plus sign on this license plate. PD plus sign FULL. BRG J42, that's Fluid Truck Share. We're at San Antonio Avenue and Holt Avenue. 7LKL 309. It's 11:01 a.m.
Reservoir Street.
Passing the Garfield Park at Holt
Please
Avenue.
remember that masks will be required on board
And let's see. This is the Firestone. The address is 883-B. And the Jaguar Cadillac Lexus Eurozone Motorworks. That's what this property is called. Across from the Garfield Park. This is at Holt Avenue, and it looks like, I can't see that street. I want to say Alameda, but we're passing right now Reservoir and Holt Avenue. NUM002. SYP 426, I believe.
East End Avenue. Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Si posible, favor usar la puerta trasera.
Mills Avenue.
Passing Indian Hill Boulevard on Holt Avenue. And right now it's 11:04 a.m. 7X, or I can't really see that one. 7KXW009, I believe. Currently 11:05 a.m. Alright, showing you what is the state's fake sun. You're seeing what is a relevant positioning as they get on the bus. And the state is keeping the fake sun in the window of the bus as it's proceeding eastbound on Holt Avenue. The state's light source is in alignment with me where I'm sitting on the bus, and the state is engaging and aiming directed light onto the bus. 8NVE206. These are demons. What you're looking at also, and let me speak to what is a demon that's engaging in intentional conduct. As you see this third party that's bending forward as I'm capturing images of the fake sun in the window, and the demons that are pacing onto the bus, which is crossing a path in direct light and under the fake sun. He's getting what is a hand sanitizer while he is leaning forward toward the front of the bus. This is the demon that's crossing the path, and intentionally so, while I'm in operation on my phone. All right, this is how demons engage in the P.O.C. 8KZY913. 8NNE173. 5SFM. I can't really see the rest of it. You can scratch that one. The presence of the state's fake sun over me in the city of Pomona is, again, that's, like I told you yesterday, the state's fake sun, which is Satan itself hovering, supposedly the sun, which it is not, while I'm documenting the Ontario Police Department inside of the parking lot of the Ontario Fire, well, not inside, standing on the sidewalk outside of the Ontario Fire Department for NUY 352, I believe, while I am inside of the parking lot of the College of Laverne University of Law where I'm showing you directed light that's moving at a sharp angle, 15727K1, 8 APA 398, I believe. The state's fake sun over me while the Ontario Police Department are engaging in surveillance, stalking in the path inside of that parking lot while I stand on the sidewalk outside of the Ontario Fire Department, while the state is stalking via helicopter, while that state's fake sun remains directly over my head. Today I am remaining at the Pomona Transit Center. That is not the sun. Again, I'm just pointing out the obvious. This is not rocket science. 8V81277, I believe. 50819S1. As I remain today, both before the time where I'm documenting the Police Department of Ontario at 9:52 a.m. and after my arrival to the Ovid Family Community Library, where I'm showing you that this, which is a hovering light source, it is Satan itself hovering in what is appearing to you as supposedly the sun. It is not the sun. This is Satan that is operating ongoing control, exercising control over the environment that surrounds you. This is real life demonic activity. All right, that is part of everyday life, and that's why you have that which is not the sun, as I documented yesterday, remaining over me while I'm showing you what is the demons of the state of California stalking in helicopter, terrorizing via helicopter, terrorizing via the Ontario Police Department, who are hovering under Satan itself. These are demons engaging in this conduct with knowledge of the fact that I'm documenting it and prosecuting it. All right, that is the absence of any actual sun over the Ontario Fire Department or the College of LORRAINE University of Law. In other words, license plate 6RMP699, 8GTX333, 7ZQZ622, 8MWX124, 9752, I can't see the rest of that one, 6DDV924, 7ENH661, 7HQY121, I believe, 8SFJ222. We are at the intersection of Ramona Avenue and Holt Boulevard, 8JJZ. I can't see the rest of that one. It is currently 11:09 a.m. We are located at the Starbucks, 4490 Holt Boulevard. It's at the intersection of Ramona and Holt Boulevard. 7MLG056. The actual sun is not both hovering over me, remaining over my head as I walk toward the Ovid Family Community Library entrance and enter inside of that venue and remain for the duration of the day. And then also at the same time remaining over me in the city of Pomona, at the Pomona Transit Center, specifically aiming directly over my head, central, and it's zenith, if you will, over my head. And then also in the window as we are then going back toward what is eastbound toward that city of Ontario, where the sun is allegedly already present over the 280 North Lemon Apartments. No, that's not the sun. 7MLG056. This is P.O.C. License 7CTR994, EMMALEO. 7S12596, 8MER225, 6LLP189, 7HM, I can't see that one, 8ADT222, I believe. Let's see. 8ZDS446, BZ207, that's handicap. 8RCG189 or 169, can't really say that. 7PKY906, 4JOM649. And this is employee number 3448. This is a demon that's pacing on and off of the bus. The fake sun is remaining stationary in the window at the intersection of Ramona Avenue and Holt Boulevard. And the nearest address is right here at the Starbucks at 4490 Holt Boulevard or 4490 Ramona Avenue. This is where the 7-Eleven is, where I documented getting off the Omnitrans. And I'm showing you what are multiple shadows as I'm standing on that sidewalk and documenting the license plates of third parties, while they're also using the Jack in a Box across the street as a means of stalking in the path, using the CVS and using the 7-Eleven. 8RBH116, 8DMH291, 7LQN736, JB Hunt crossing path, 98735G1. It is currently, by the way, 11:11 a.m. That's a a demon creating noise. That's the demon possessed. This is an African American, by the way. Monitoring and targeting with law enforcement. Has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. This is demonic activity and state surveillance. License. Let me show you the fake sun that's remaining stationary as we remain stationary. Alright, showing you what is the state's light source that is visible through the window as I'm documenting these license plates, and employee number 3448 who's pacing on and off the bus while directed light is repeatedly streaming onto the bus while I'm reading these license plates. They're crossing path. It's the ongoing P.O.C, it's ongoing demonic activity, and under what is the direct evidence, that which is not possibly the sun, remaining over me at Ramona and Hope Boulevard, 12616E1, 58EY 639, 8KEN 939. It's 11:13 a.m. TOY 430.
Vista Avenue.
It's 11:15 a.m. This employee number now says 3316. 8Y54256.
Omnitrans and the California Air Resources Board want your feedback on clean transit investments. Take the survey at omnitrans.org/connecttransit and enter to win a $50 gift card.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Si posible. Favor usar la puerta trasera.
JUG 811. We're at Central Avenue and Hope Boulevard. 8WUX 169. Capturing images of the state's fake sun through the window at the intersection of Central Avenue and Hope Boulevard. Demons just getting on the bus. This is ongoing maintenance of crossing and path. Directed light streaming onto the bus. Fake sun over the venue. The venue is the moving bus itself. All right, this is P.O.C. and it's 11:18 a.m. Passing Vernon Avenue on Hope Boulevard.
Benson Avenue.
At Benson Avenue and Holt Boulevard, it's currently 11:18 a.m. 7PQV 588 6HJD 082. Capturing images right now at 11:18 a.m. 11:19 a.m. showing you what is the state's fake sun in the window at that intersection where I'm at Benson and Holt Boulevard. Mountain Avenue and Hope Boulevard. And if you remember December 8th, 2021, this is the same time of year, all right? The state's fake sun on December 8th, 2021 remains over me while I am after 8 o'clock in the morning. And then going to it's right over my head at what is 5th Street and Hope Boulevard. Hold on. Just wanted to get the demon getting on the bus at intersection of Mountain Avenue and Hope Boulevard at 11:21 a.m. and the state's fake sun is right here over the building. This is this is Benjamin Moore, yeah, where they're also creating light activity. On December 8, 2021, the state's fake sun remained over me before 8:45 in the morning. This is what I'm showing you. We're coming from, again, 60 North Fern, driving west on Hope Boulevard, then driving north on Mountain Avenue. The Demons of American Medical Response in front while directed light is streaming from that vehicle. This is the demon, it's impossible light, moving across the curb while American Medical Response is stalking while driving in front of the vehicle. And I remain at 5th Street and document third parties such as SENSATIONAL who are molesting with directed light and possible light activity, a demon driving a commercial vehicle while a fake sun remains over me at that intersection. And then I document what is Walmart, a company engaging in what is state surveillance, demons, all right, at what is a facilitating venue where the state's fake sun remained in the city of Ontario on that day on December 8th, remained over my head as I then walked what is north up Mountain Avenue through the city of Upland and got on Route 66 where the state kept a fake sun over me. Okay, this is where the state's fake sun is now. And it is 11:22 a.m. All right, capturing video at 11:22 a.m. showing you what is the fake sun at what is Golden Bear Inn. Golden Bear Inn is directly across the street at the intersection of San Antonio and Hope Boulevard. And it is showing what is the state's fake sun as it is remaining in the window of the bus in the city of Ontario and passing by what is, which we are doing now, passing by what is the venue of the Stater Brothers. Whereas in the morning, the state is keeping a fake sun stationary over that property. This morning I showed you what is the state's fake sun remaining over me, passing by that property, going westbound on Hope Boulevard to the city of Pomona, remaining present over me in the city of Pomona, which is in Los Angeles County, and then now going what is eastbound on what is Hope Boulevard. And this is the P.O.C, the absence of any light source, following with the light source, while demons that are engaging in sexually violent and terrorizing criminal conduct, that is surveillance, with and on behalf of the government, are then referencing what are rules which are inconvenient for purposes of documenting their criminal conduct and their demon possession. 6D KC. I can't see the rest of that license plate. That's P.O.C. though, and that's what I captured on video right now. It is currently 11:24 a.m. and that is also speaking to the absence of any light source that is not the sun anywhere in the vicinity of the Ovid Family Community Library, the venue where I am headed toward from an opposite direction, coming from Pomona toward what is Ontario, where the state is keeping a light source in alignment with me. Ontario Police Department crossing path right here at Sam's Liquor on Hope Boulevard right now at 11:23 a.m. while I'm reciting to you the video that I just captured. It is this, and that's the same Ontario Police Department who were group stalking in the parking lot of LORRAINE. They are one agency. It's one entity acting as one. Right? It's not separate, individualized conduct. This is state conduct, and this entity acting via the police department of the Ontario Police Department in the city of Ontario crossing path under that fake sun that's remaining over me. It is currently 11:25 a.m. 4HVZ. I can't say the rest of it. You can scratch that. This is P.O.C. now. Arriving at the venue of the B&G Plaza.
Ontario Civic
7DEH
Center
831.
Connecting to Route 61 and 83.
And yesterday, remember, I'm already at the Ovid Family Community Library showing you the fake sun remaining over me as I walk from the Ontario Fire Department through the plaza, past the Senior Center, through the parking lot of the University of LaVerne College of Law, and I go into the Ovid Family Community Library. This is P.O.C. And it is currently 11:26 a.m. Alrighty, showing what is the arrival to the city of Ontario at the B&G Plaza, where I showed you at 8:28 a.m. the state's fake sun is advanced beyond the B&G Plaza because I was not at that property. I'm dropped off at that property, and that's where the state's fake sun is. As I walk toward the bus stop location that is at Metro 102, the state's fake sun is not over the B&G Plaza. While you're seeing AMR, American Medical Response, using a vehicle that they're supposed to be administering emergency medical services to for purposes of criminal conduct, while that fake sun, which is directly over
in alignment with me nearest Enrique's income tax, where the state is keeping a fake sun over me then through the bus as I'm going to the city of Pomona. License 7PWU843, 8RND301, 7DNK450, 6ZWZ751, 6RDE949, 6FME562, 8YPG914, 32134X1. And while I'm documenting the presence of a fake sun over me as I'm headed to the city of Pomona, it is the absence of any light source over the B&G Plaza, which if that was the case, I wouldn't be able to capture it over my head, maintaining not only that central presence, but present period in that sky space in the city of Pomona in Los Angeles County. All right, so you're talking about, again, while I'm at the B&G Plaza, there is no sun that's in the direction of the city of Pomona, in other words, westward of that venue. This is the city of Ontario. This is the B&G Plaza, where the state is engaging in conduct such that the sun is supposedly setting in alignment to me, still visible while I'm in the at the venue of the B&G Plaza. This is where I am now. This is where I return on the bus, and this is the absence of any light source, contrary to what I showed you upon my arrival yesterday at the Ovid Family Community Library, after documenting the demons that are the Ontario Police Department under a fake sun and with helicopter, replete with helicopter, that ongoing P.O.C, that ongoing terrorism by the entity that is hostile to being revealed as the demons that they are. License 92929J1. 5 NAF 818. It's 11:30 a.m. 8 YTJ 886. 8 UPE 484. 7 BZL 155 1459 6F3. 8 SQU 017. Penske crossing path. Penske truck rental. License plate 2727635 Indiana. 7WOE 804. 8ROD 147. 6NEX 744. 8WBX 407. 5RKX 786. 8HVX 173. 1617907 Ontario Montclair School District. That's a school bus, a demon. Surveillance 5RMH 910. And it is currently 11:31 a.m. 8 VKS 579, I believe. I can't really see that one though. And while the state's fake sun is remaining over me, and it is not in front of me over the entrance of the 280 North Lemon Apartments, this is the ongoing evidence of what is surveillance. And Satan, present. 8 NCU 311, visibly present. Hovering over you, present. Okay? 6 NMJ 870. 6 ECF 014. And Satan's operation is such that you are maintain ignorance as to that ongoing presence in your everyday life, in the natural environment. And you're speaking to what is not a natural environment. You're speaking to that which is a demonic environment, and the demon possessed in that demonic environment. And this is serving what is criminal conduct by a government that is maintaining massive surveillance through the demon possessed. So this ongoing system, which is occurring under the fallacy of some free society, is facilitated through companies, through law enforcement, through fire departments, through whatever type of person or status or presence that you can fathom, your neighbor, okay, the trash man, whoever it is. You're talking about what is Satan that is hovering above. This is not the sun, and this is speaking to what is that ongoing comprehensive system. License plate 7HLL102. And while you have this ongoing demonic targeting system, you have what are the puppets of Satan themselves telling you what is going on in the environment, and speaking of things such as global warming. Again, there is no global warming where you do not even have an actual sun as we know it. Again, that theory of global warming is relying on what is the presence, the existence of an actual sun, the real sun, that is there. It is singular, it is exclusive, and that is also how this documentation is speaking to what this country is engaging in, and it is massive surveillance, and it's demonic. All right, and you are witnessing what is, again, the supernatural. So while you're looking at what is directed light, you're witnessing demonic activity. These are demons who are engaging in a pattern of stalking with light. You're witnessing Satan itself hovering in what is a light source that's not the actual sun, maintaining mutual presence over the sky space in different states. In the same state of California, in different counties. In Northern California, it is not the same light source that's hovering over me as I go up today from Ontario to Pomona. All right, that is the light source that's exclusive with regard to what is an ongoing method of stalking with light, which is entirely conduct of Satan. Okay, And this engineered light is relied upon for what is monitoring by the people of the state. And these are demons. They're demons that are engaging in this. 7 NCD 235. So I will repeat, there is no such thing as global warming. That is a false narrative, as are many of these theories that you are told by literally instruments of the devil itself, while Satan is maintaining control over the natural environment. This is speaking to what are the times which Satan would have you remain ignorant of. Satan is very present. Satan is hovering over you under what you assume to be the natural environment, and it is not. It is entirely unnatural and abnormal and impossible, contrary to what you are taught about the sun and taught about Mother Nature, right, and the environment, 8KHR 127, and that's how that ongoing system works together, and around we go. ATTF 924. So this is how you have what is that which is not the sun. It is not pursuant to any predictable and reliable and consistent orbit of some actual sun that, by the way, is remaining over in a city in one single city. I mean, that's common sense. But not only that, you're seeing what is maintenance of presence over me to the grand departure of what is documented conduct. This is supposedly the sun. Then I wouldn't have any ground material, because you're looking at what would be consistent presence. So I wouldn't, in other words, I wouldn't even be able to capture some light source over my head in the city of Pomona, 8XBK 107, if that was the actual sun hovering over the 280 North Limit Apartments in the city of Ontario, remaining for the duration of the day, regardless of how impossible that is to, with regard to the actual sun's conduct. But you don't even have that. You have this impossible conduct with that which is not the sun. And then moreover, on top of that, moving and departing from what is that documented conduct with that which is supposedly the sun. As I go to a different county, to Pomona, and remaining in the window over me as I go back to the city of Ontario, where the supposed sun is already supposedly present for the duration of the day, acting as though the sun is also setting in the parking lot across the street of the B&G Plaza. 9909183. You are witnessing what is Satan that is present, exercising control over the environment. All right, this is the cause of what is the fires in the environment. It's not no global warming. It's not a naturally occurring event in Mother Nature. All right, these are false narratives, and I have provided you the direct evidence. You are looking at it with your own eyes. In addition to what is the literally handing over that which is literally impossible light activity, the directed light and my shadows appearing on both sides all around me. Like, this is ridiculous light activity. You're witnessing demonic conduct, and it is directly indicative of the demons who surround, who want to maintain some sense of normalcy, which they don't have. Satan is hovering above in the sky space. This is a light source, and Satan is all around in this living, breathing light. It's like a fungus. It's directed light. It's engineered light, where monitoring with communication devices is underway. It is currently 11:36 a.m.